Calls Department of Family and Protective Services versus Lewandowski. Today's date is October 30th, 2025, and we're set today on the court's docket for a court-ordered services case.
Karina Rios present for the department. We're ready.
And Ms. Nisbet?
I'm ready for Mom, Cheyenne Lewandowski, and she's present. We're ready.
Okay, the court does note that your client is in fact present. Mr. Saldivar?
Richard Saldivar, attorney for the father, ready, Judge.
And Ms. Janice?
Jennifer Janice, attorney ad litem for the children, ready.
Okay, so the court does note that both parents are present, participating by video. We also have some representatives from the Department of Family and Protective Services, as well as it looks like belong. I do note this case looked like it was filed pursuant to the Texas Family First pilot project. Ms. Rios, if you tell me if you've had an opportunity to discuss this case with the other attorneys to see if there are any agreements that could be made.
Yes, Your Honor, I have had the opportunity to speak to both Ms. Nisbet and Mr. Saldivar. I believe that we do have an agreement.
Okay, if you'll tell me what you believe the agreement to be, then I'll check with the other parties.
Yes, Your Honor, and this is one of our hybrid petitions. So we are asking Mom to participate in the TFF program. However, because Mr. Lewandowski is not currently in the home, he is not eligible for TFF, and therefore we are asking for just traditional court-ordered services.
Okay.
And so for mother, we are asking Ms. Lewandowski to participate in the Texas Family First Parents as Teachers program, to attend counseling and comply with the service plan, any services that are identified for the children, and just maintain contact with the department.
Okay, as to the father?
And as to the father, we are asking him to participate. Our petition originally was for the BIP program, but we have agreed to do what is called the VENT program in Bexar County, which is the Violence Education Nurturing Training Program, and it'll address the same concerns. We are also asking him to participate in an OSAR and follow recommendations, to participate in random alcohol testing, to do the service plan, agree to any services for the children, and to maintain contact with the department.
Anything else, Ms. Reyes, you believe it's part of y'all's agreement?
And additionally, Your Honor, I know we have been in contact about a safety plan. It might change a little bit because of just circumstances that have recently come up in the family's life, but we are in contact on that.
Contact or an agreement?
Well, in agreement, Your Honor, I do believe we have an existing safety plan. However, that might change a little bit. So as long as parties agree to just maintain contact with the department so that we can continue to have a safety plan.
Okay, so that you're understanding there's an existing safety plan that may need to be modified. Is that right?
Correct, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Nisbet, on behalf of the mother?
Yes, Your Honor, my client is in agreement. There are 3 children in this case. 2 of them were premature, and so they're quite young and together, and one specifically has some serious medical needs that are being addressed right now. So the mother's been in the hospital, and the child's gonna be returned home. There's 24/7 nursing care. And so I would just ask that the department works with her doing whatever she needs to do virtually. I believe the domestic violence that they're recommending is in Guadalupe County, and I have been in touch with that facility, and I've talked to my client about it, and yes, she's willing to do what she needs to do. But if the department can understand, we have discussed her being able to do whatever she could virtually.
Okay, Mr. Saldivar?
Your Honor, my client is in agreement to work services. There is an issue with one of the child is undergoing surgery for a trach that's going to be put in place today. Healthcare staff is telling him that he needs 24-hour care and both parents need to be in the home. His criminal orders were changed to no harmful contact. So I would just like a few minutes just to confer with the parties to see how we're going to get over that without having to come back to court immediately. Because I foresee this being an issue, but other than that, he's in agreement to work the services, Judge.
Okay, so Mr. Saldivar, just so I understand, you're saying that the child is going to have a trach placed, and that what was the next part? You were saying that both parents need to be in the home?
The medical providers that are, I guess the parents are consulting with, are saying that both parents need to be in the home. and he needs to be watched 24/7 because of his medical needs, and he has a lot of medical equipment. They're going to come with that. And I did briefly confirm with Miss Rios. I believe that they're okay with the grandparents supervising while the father's there, but I don't know if that's going to be feasible, having a grandparent there 24/7 when dad's there, to meet the child medical needs. So we're open to suggestions. I don't know. I mean, maybe we can confer and come up with a solution now instead of having to come back to court and ask to remove the safety plan. That's my only concern right now, Judge.
Ms. Janice?
Judge, I do think services are in the best interest of the children. I did get to see them right before the last setting. I can confirm that two of the children have special needs. So mother does have her hands full, but this is probably an issue. Some of that information I was not made aware of as far as how the safety plan would work with the new developments. So that may be something we do need to talk about.
Okay, before we go any further, I'm going to put all the attorneys in a breakout room. I'm going to give y'all, maybe y'all could try to come up with some ideas in the next, we'll say 5 or 6 minutes, and then come back and report back. I would like to keep from having any issues that, come up that we have to have an emergency hearing about. So to the extent y'all are able to agree to something, I'll go talk for a minute. Let's see. I've got 2:18. Once you come back and at 2:25, so about 7 minutes if you need it. If y'all can do something quick, do it. If you can't, then we can talk about it some more. Okay. So we'll be in recess until they get back here in about 7 minutes. Let me create a breakout room for all the attorneys. And for everybody else that stays behind, please just be patient. You can mute yourself. You can turn your camera off until we get restarted here in about 7 minutes. Rios, were y'all able to work anything out?
No, Your Honor, unfortunately, we were not.
Okay. So, Mr. Saldivar, you anticipate this is going to be a problem, or it's going to be a problem?
Judge, so my understanding is that they got a letter from the medical providers saying that they needed to have 2 caretakers in the home permanently with a child, and so that's what they're telling mom and dad while they're at the doctor's office. And so for that reason, I'm just asking that dad be able to move back in. His criminal court cleared it, and so he could participate in the TFF in the home with that program. I don't think there's going to be a grandparent available 24/7 to monitor that situation. We have extreme medical needs in this case. It's if we didn't have that, he'd be okay with doing it the way the department's proposing. It's just I think that the medical needs require 2 parents to be taking care of it.
The child's medical needs require 2 caregivers.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess since they were there and they're saying we're mom and dad, they basically told them both you need to be there. I don't know if there's going to be a grandparent that's going to be there 24/7 helping as well. My understanding is that so we have 3 children in this case. The other 2 children, one of them also has special needs too, so it would be a lot on mom to do that by herself or to rely on a grandparent that may not be there, available 24/7.
Okay, Mr. Saldivar, tell me specifically what you believe his current criminal conditions are.
So at first, Judge, he had there's a pending assault case. There was bond conditions of no contact. The attorney did approach the judge, and it was recently changed to no harmful contact, and he was allowed to move back in with the mother. And he has those orders at this time, Judge. And my understanding is that mother is wanting him back home. And again, this is not a removal, Judge, so I'm asking for him to be allowed to go back home and work this as a TFF to meet the medical needs of the child.
And Ms. Janice, these are your clients.
Judge, I think given the particularly demanding medical needs in this case, if we require the parents to be separate at this point, we could end up doing more harm to this family just by that requirement. So I I would be willing to say that dad could move back in just to make sure that all hands are on deck and he can help mom. But these parents have to understand that there can be no further incidents of domestic violence.
Well, I expect if there was, then Mr. Luwendowski would probably get reincarcerated and not be released on bond. I mean, like, that'd be considered a violation of his bond. He'd probably just hang out in jail for a while. Ms. Nisbet, you represent the mother.
Yes, Your Honor. She would like the help. My understanding too is that the doctors, the surgeons wanted both parents to understand how to deal with the trach, how to work with the trach, how to clean, because this is going to probably be a long-term situation. This is why these parents are even in San Antonio, is to get the medical care at the University Hospital. They started off at the Texas Children's Hospital, and then he was able to come here. It is to get this trach, as a matter of fact, and because of his severe medical needs. So, she believes that this would probably be in the best interest of the child and the family.
Ms. Rios, you represent the department. What's your position at this point?
Yes, Your Honor. I would just like to highlight the concerns that the department has. It is domestic violence and alcohol use or abuse by the father. We understand that mother may need help, but there are nurses 24/7 there. So our concerns are just the safety of the children. We do not want to have any other incidents of domestic violence. And so our position is that father should not be allowed to move back into the home, and that a safety plan still needs to be in place.
And as she did say, there are going to be nurses there as well. So there are going to be other people who are present who, if there becomes a situation, hopefully there won't be, but there's that. I think they're kind of a safety plan in some respect.
Okay, so based upon what I've known, what I've read in this case, as well as what the parties are arguing, I do take Ms. Janice as the attorney ad litem's position. That does factor into my decision at this point. The court does accept the agreements of the parties as to the services. The court will order the mother to participate in the Texas Family First pilot project, including the parents as teachers, the counseling, the other services as listed and agreed to. The court will order the MTP for the father, although if he's going to be in the home, then potentially it could be TFF services for him too. Something y'all need to consider. I understand that the department is concerned. I'm concerned. It's also a liability issue for the department. So, the courts, obviously it's within my purview to make decisions. So I will allow Mr. Lewandowski to move back in the home as long as it's in compliance with his criminal release conditions. Mr. Lewandowski, I want you to listen to me very carefully, sir. If you engage in another incident of domestic violence, I'm probably not going to be the judge you have to worry about the most. You will violate your bond conditions and you will probably be in jail and not going anywhere. So if you have any inkling of something becoming physical or even arguing with one another, you're going to have to get out of the house, and you're going to have to get out of the house quick. Because if something happens, I'm going to exclude you from the home, and most likely you'll get picked up on the violation of your bond conditions. This is an opportunity for you to parent your children who obviously have extreme medical needs, and that in itself is stressful. So you're going to have to learn to deal with that stress, which is seeing your children in a bad medical state, as well as lack of sleep, lack of everything else. So please take care of yourself so you can take care of your children, and the two of y'all cannot engage in any kind of violence. And as far as alcohol, you can't take care of your children if you're drinking alcohol. And, normally we tell parents, well, alcohol's legal, but your children need your dexterity and your ability to make logical thinking decisions quickly and accurately. So please give up the alcohol if you have not already. Okay, so the court will order a safety plan allowing Mr. Lewandowski to be in the home to help the children with their medical needs. We're gonna come back for a compliance hearing on January 22nd, 2026 at 9:30 a.m. Again, January 22nd at 9:30. Obviously, this is going to be a tricky case doing in-home services in this case, as well as taking care of the children. So I'm not really sure how that's going to take place either, but hopefully y'all can be creative. Any other issues we need to take out before we conclude today's hearing? Okay, Mr.
No,
and
Your
Mrs. Okay, Mr. and Mrs. Lewandowski, take care of your children and learn to make good decisions for them, because this is going to be a long road. So take care of yourself again, so you can take care of your children. And you're going to have to learn coping mechanisms for everything, how to get along with each other, how to get along with the stress of having sick children. But I believe in you. I think you can do it. If I didn't, I wouldn't enter these orders. But I will tell you, if you prove me wrong, then you're not going to have to worry about taking care of your children for a while. Somebody else will be taking care of them. Don't make that mistake. Okay, all parties are excused. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and let in our parties for the next case. Okay, just as a reminder for the new people that came in, it's about 2:36. We have a 2:30 hearing that is DFPS versus Valadez. We are live streaming at this point since I'm sitting in a different county. So we'll start here in about 2 or 3 minutes, but we are live streaming until I get back and call the case. So please don't discuss anything you don't want the world to know about. Thank you. Court calls our next case of the day. This is the Department of Family and Protective Services versus Jessica Valadez. Calls number 25-3084 FMA. This case is pending in Guadalupe County, Texas. Today's date is October 30th, 2025, and we're set today on the court's docket for a court-ordered services case. This case is being done as a virtual hearing while I'm here at the courthouse here in Lockhart, Texas. Therefore, we are live streaming so that this hearing is available to be viewed. If we can have announcements of the attorneys, starting with the department, please.
Yes, Your Honor, Karina Rios present for the department.
Okay, Mr. Olney.
Yes, Lynn Olney for respondent mother, Jessica Valadez.
Mr. Davis.
Shay Davis for the child ready.
Okay, Mr. Olney, are we expecting your client to join us today?
He knows about, there's some confusion. She thought it was next week at 2 o'clock. So I'm trying to tell her she needs to be present on both of these times and dates. So it's 50-50, Judge.
Okay, well, I do know that the department has filed a removal in this case, or they've sought removal, and that case is set for an adversary hearing. Ms. Rios, is there anything that we need to accomplish today?
No, Your Honor, nothing for the court-ordered services case. However, Miss Aguilar did tell me that she has been trying to get in contact with Miss Valadez to set up a parent-child visit between Miss Valadez and Penelope. So if we could just ask her, or Mr. Olney, if you could just have her reach out, that way we can get that set up.
I can give Miss Aguilar the new phone number if that would speed things up.
Okay, we'll
Yes,
put
please.
it, either text it to her or put it in the chat. Please don't state it on, since we're
Understood.
live streaming today. Okay, I assume it's the department's position that Ms. Valadez is not in compliance with her court-ordered services, right?
Judge, they actually have not been ordered. I believe that, or yes, I believe that they have not been ordered. We had been reset to see if we could get an agreement. In the meantime, that is when the department filed the removal. So they have not been ordered. I would just ask that we set this for after the adversary hearing.
Yeah, I'm mute.
You're right there on the corner. You tap.
Okay, so this case will be, we're just going to pass today's hearing, and then depending on the outcome of the adversary hearing.
Yes, Your Honor, that is our request at this time.
Okay, so Mr. Olney, your client will not need to be here today. We're going to go ahead and pass today's hearing, And we'll see everyone back for the adversary hearing, which I believe is set for next week. Mr. Olney, please have your client contact the department so they can set up visitation between her and her child. Okay.
I'll do
Thank you,
that,
everybody.
Judge.
You know, maybe excused. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, we're going to go off the live stream and we'll come back at 2 o'clock. Okay, court calls our next case of the day. This is the Department of Family and Protective Services versus Priscilla, Castillo, and Rolando Perez. This is cause number 25-3161 FME. We are set today on the court's docket for a court-ordered services case. This is being done as a virtual hearing. Our case is a Guadalupe County case, and I'm currently sitting in Lockhart. Therefore, we are live streaming today's virtual hearing. We can have announcements of the attorneys, starting with the department, please.
Yes, Your Honor. Karina Rios present for the department. We're ready.
And Ms. Nisbet?
Jennifer Nisbet, present for mother, Priscilla Castillo, and we're ready. She's present, we're ready.
And Mr. Saldivar?
Richard Saldivar, attorney for the father, Mr. Perez. Judge, I don't see him present. I've had no contact with him. The number I have, they told me it was the wrong number. Oh, if he's with Miss Castillo, Judge, I would need a minute to confer with him.
Ms. Castillo, do you
I
have?
am here. Yes, he's here, sir.
Okay, well, I didn't know he was with you, Ms. Castillo, so I'm going to change the screen, and I'll label it with both of y'all. Mr. Saldivar, let's see.
So we're not able to do the Zoom with, like, so we can see each other?
We are, but my understanding was you were having a hard time
Yeah.
using the Zoom app. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
So, Mr. Saldivar, you like to talk to your client, is that right?
Yes, Judge, if I can have probably 5 minutes or less, Judge.
Okay, well, I'm gonna have to put you and Ms. Nisbet in together with your clients since it's since looks like they're sharing a box today. So let me create that breakout room. Okay, so Ms. Nisbet, Ms. Saldivar have created that room for you, and then let's see, there we go. We put Ms. Castillo and Mr. Perez in there with both of y'all. So that room's opening now. Okay, for everybody else, we're going to be off the record for a minute till they get back. Mr. Saldivar and Ms. Nisbet, y'all have had an opportunity to talk to your clients for a little while. Mr. Saldivar, were you able to work anything out?
Yes, Your Honor, we're in agreement to working services. Mr. Perez is not admitting to the allegations, but he is willing to work services to address the concerns. And Judge, I think they're still in the breakout room.
See if we can get
I could readdress
Yeah,
the court when they come up.
Okay, they're coming back. And so, with that being said, Mr. Saldivar, what we'll do is once we get the parents back in the courtroom, then I'll ask Ms. Rios. Have you had an opportunity to talk to Ms. Rios about what you believe the agreement to be?
Well, I was going off the affidavit, Judge, but I believe, yes, we have, unless there's something different from the affidavit.
Okay, well, I'll have Ms. Rios outline which the department is seeking of the parents, and then at that point, you and Ms. Nisbet can let me know if your clients are in agreement with all those items or some of those items or which your position is. Okay, so Ms. Castillo and Mr. Perez have now joined us again. Ms. Rios, if you'll tell me what it is the department is asking that the court order each of these two parents to do in this case.
Yes, Your Honor. For Ms. Castillo, we are asking that she has already engaged in individual counseling, but we are asking her to engage in couples counseling with Mr. Perez. We are also asking her to complete a domestic violence program, to comply with the service plan, to enroll the children in any services that are identified, and to maintain contact with the department. For Mr. Perez, we are asking him to participate in individual and couples counseling, to do a domestic violence program, to participate in the service plan and any services identified for the children, and to maintain contact with the department.
Okay, we'll start with you, Ms. Nisbet. Are those services agreeable to you and your client?
Yes, my client also does not agree to allegations, but she's willing to do whatever services so she can keep her child, and she's already started the individual counseling.
Okay, Mr. Saldivar?
Same announcement, Judge. He's agreeable to work the service plan, and he's not admitting or agreeing to the allegations, and that's the totality of the services, Judge.
Okay, Ms. Schulte, you represent the children in this case. Any report or recommendations you'd like to make?
No, Judge, other than if I believe in the children's best interest that the parents agree to the services that were being offered. I did do a visit with them yesterday, met with mom and the boys. They appear to be well taken care of. We're happy, looking forward to Halloween. It's my understanding there is no type of safety plan in place. At my meeting with them yesterday, it didn't appear one was needed either. So I'm in agreement with the parties.
Okay, well, Ms. Castillo, Mr. Perez, it sounds like your children appear to be happy and healthy at this point. So the court will accept the agreements of the parties and order the parents, Ms. Castillo and Mr. Perez, to engage in court-ordered services, including for the mother, Ms. Castillo, couples counseling, as well as domestic violence education, and for Mr. Perez, individual and couples counseling, as well as domestic violence education. Additionally, the parents are ordered to allow their children to participate in any recommended services, including ECI services for Raiden. We're going to come back for a compliance hearing on January 22nd, 2026 at 2:30 p.m. Again, January 22nd at 2:30 p.m. So, Ms. Castillo, Mr. Perez, this is your opportunity to do some services to help your family be stable, secure, and be able to provide a safe environment for your children. Obviously, this is not a removal of your children. Nobody's trying to take your children away from you. The idea is that you just participate in some services, make some changes in your behaviors so that you can provide a safe, stable, drug-free environment for your children. Please stay in contact with your attorneys as well as the Department of Family and Protective Services. We'll see you back in January. I hope y'all have a good holiday season, and work hard. The case will be over before you know it. Thank you, everybody. You may
Thank
be excused.
you.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Mhm.
Thank you, Judge. Have a good night.
Okay. See you, Mr. Setovar.